All right, so we're going to continue talking about this theme or this concept of blocking movement, and we talked about it in the push-up, but I want to show you what it looks like with squatting. If you thought about blocking movement as this anatomical shape and performing a movement, this is what squatting would kind of look like. We would start there, and it looks kind of weird, but let's take it a little further. Let's think about taking the squat and actually breaking it down by prioritizing what should be moving first in terms of movement pattern, which is the hips, and what should follow, knees and ankles. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about my way of coaching squatting, which is the old man squat. And you may have heard this before and seen it before in some of my other videos, but I want you to relate this directly to blocking movement. So check this out. In terms of progression, here it is. Anatomical shape. First step, all I want to do is just bend over and put my hands on the ground. Notice what happens here. My knees are automatically going out to the sides. That right there, notice that that is part of what we utilize in squatting. So without me even having to think about pushing the knees out, just by hinging in the hip, putting my hands flat on the ground, the knees are automatically going out. We like that. We're looking for that. So anytime your hip flexes, which is closing here, it always externally rotates. And notice what that external rotation is. That's a knee out position. Now, from the side, if you watch me, allow your back to round, allow your knees to bend, put your hands flat on the ground. From there, now check this out. I'm going to increase the range of motion covered in the knee. How close to the ground can I get with my butt? Once I reach my end of knee flexion, even though I'm in a little ball right here, I'm in a squat position. I can reverse that and stand up. All I'm doing here is taking this anatomical shape and prioritizing joint moving. Now we'll get to the point where you'll feel like, okay, I can't go down too far because my mobility is limiting me. My heels are starting to come up. I'm starting to feel a little awkward. Well, then you can give yourself some freedom. And the freedom can be this. Just separate your feet a little bit. Now, put your hands down, and what you'll notice is that you'll have more room, and you'll feel like, okay, I can actually move there. You can bring your hands up, and you can start lifting your chest up, which is basically establishing the bottom of that squat. And on the way up, you can just reverse that motion. I know this doesn't look like the squatting that you do with a barbell, but in terms of starting a progression and taking this concept of blocking movement as your starting ground, you'll see how it immediately is going to translate into optimal mechanics with proper application of force and as a foundation for whatever it is you want to do later.